I've noticed that lately my energy levels have been down. Life hasn't necessarily been all that fun for me. So I'm going to make an active effort in all of my videos to just be more positive and upbeat and bring some energy and excitement and pretend that I actually care what I'm talking about. Because really, I just want to watch the games, but I just felt like it was, I'm doing this because I felt like it was completely unfair that nobody seems to report on the WNBA. And I just thought that really sucks. Greetings and welcome to the Fan Perspective. I'm your host Nneka here with another all-new edition of WNBA Weekly, and here's some of what happened last week in the league. On Tuesday, you had a few big games. Katie Douglas led the way with 25 points, while Kelsey Bone had a double-double, but Becky Hammon led the way with 18 points as the Silver Stars grab a win. Damn it, it's just the Stars. It's hard to say it without the silver in front of it. Just so many years. Then in the next game, Diggins led the way with 23 points. Glory Johnson had a double-double, but Tina Charles had a double-double as well, leading the way with 28 points and 14 rebounds. Pondexter added 21 points. The Shock, they lose their third straight game. Guys, they've really got to start winning on the road. I mean, obvious, just to get into the playoffs at all, they've got to be able to win a few road games. And then on top of that, once they get in the playoffs, you're not going to be one of the top two seeds. You're just not. Y'all have too much to overcome. They're not going to get that high up, so you're going to have to win on the road to advance. And then for the Dream, the Souza led the team with 23 points, 8 rebounds, 3 steals, 3 blocks, while Christmas comes off the bench to lead the team with 18 points and 9 rebounds as the Fever hang on for the win. And I'm really starting to hope that these teams see each other in the playoffs. I really do, because right now Atlanta is at the #1 seed, but they lose every single home game that they play against the Fever. So it'll be an interesting matchup. I'm not saying that I hate Atlanta. I'm not saying that I want to see them fail. I'm just saying that they're my least favorite team in the league. So when they get swept in the finals, I'm very happy about that. And then Nneka led the team with 26 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 steals, while Faulker added 22 points. But despite being shorthanded, the Sky, they had 4 starters in double figures, led by the rookie Faulker, who had 27 points, while Breland also added a double-double. And Chicago, they get their second straight win, then climb back up into second place. But then on Wednesday, the Mystics, they had all 5 of their starters scored in double figures, led by 18 points by Monique Curry. But the rookie Natasha Howard led the Fever with 20 points, and Indiana hangs on for their second straight win. And for the Sky, Allie Quigley came off the bench to score 16 points, but then Candice Dupree, she led the team with 26 points and 14 rebounds, and Tarashi, she scored 15 points, and in doing so, passes Katie Smith to go into second place on the all-time scoring list for the league. And I called it 3 games. I called it. She's now only 1,000 points behind Tina Thompson. It's only 1,000. Diana can beat that in like a year or 2. Then on Thursday, the Stars had 6 players scoring in double figures, led by 17 from the rookie McBride. But the Lynx had 4 starters in double figures, led by 22 points and 7 assists from Lindsay Whalen. And the Lynx, they hang on for the win. And then Alyssa Thomas led the team with 24 points. Shanae Gumacrae had a double-double. But Johnson and Paris both had double-doubles, and Odyssey Sims had a career-high 30 points. And at the Shock, they actually win a game on the road. In Connecticut, they lose their 4th straight. And then Crystal Langhorne led the way with 19 points and 8 rebounds. But Nneka, she led the Sparks with 21 points. Parker, she had 17 points, and she led the team in all the other categories. 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals, 4 blocks. And the Sparks, they get a commanding win. And after all that excitement, here are the standings. And guys, things are still very much wide open. I mean, in the Eastern Conference, there are only 2 games separating number 2 Chicago from number 6 New York. 2. That's it. And then for those of you who haven't heard yet, because I know I missed this story on Monday, Courtney Vandersloot, starting point guard for the Chicago Sky. Last week on Friday, she got hurt, and it turns out it's an MCL sprain. Not a tear, just a sprain, but she is expected to miss like 6 to 10 weeks. So yeah, now she's going to be out a couple of months, and I just feel really bad for Sky fans right now, because you start the season already without Prince, without Fouls, and then just as Prince comes back, the LaDon goes out, and then Fouls come back, and now Vandersloot is out. And Courtney Vandersloot at this moment is the leader in assists per game in the entire league. And since Stella Don is definitely one of the best on the team and one of the better ones in the league when it comes to creating their own shot, missing both her and Vandersloot, that's going to take away a lot of the scoring that the Sky can do on a nightly basis. So they're going to be averaging like 70 points for a while, which means they're going to really have to step up that defense. A few games to look forward to this week. There's nothing today, Friday, July 4th. So, I guess enjoy the holiday, have a barbecue, hang out with your friends. Meanwhile, I don't get to have any barbecue because I'm going to be at work. Good news is, if there are any leftovers, they already promised to grab some. So, and there's some good shit going on there. They're grilling up this entire pig. I swear, it's like the size of my whole body. But on Saturday, you've got a full slate of games. First of all, San Antonio at Indiana at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the funny thing about both of these teams is that they've got a losing record at home and a winning record on the road. Then you've got Washington at Atlanta at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Atlanta, one of the best home teams in the league. They've only lost twice at home this season, both times to the Indiana Fever. While the Mystics, they started off so well. You had such high hopes for them, but lately they've just been struggling. Then you've got Connecticut at Tulsa. They just played each other, and Tulsa, one of the worst road teams in the league, went into Connecticut, one of the best home teams in the league, and won that game. So now they're playing each other again in Tulsa. I find it hard to believe that the Shock can find a way to fuck this up. Then the last game of the night, you've got Chicago at Seattle. This one's going to be on NBA TV at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And in all honesty, both of these teams are kind of struggling right now. I mean, Chicago, I got a feeling they're going to be much better because you know what's wrong with them. It's just injuries. They're banged up right now, and you know they're going to get better. And even with the injuries, they're still in a better position right now than the Storm are. Not only because they have a better record, but they're also in the weaker conference, I feel. But honestly, with these two teams, it's kind of like watching two 5-year-olds fight. I mean, it's entertaining because it's cute to watch how hard they try. But nobody's actually going to get hurt by it. So if I have to work anyway, so I wouldn't be able to see it. But if I wasn't at work, I would put it on TV just so I could support the league and they can get the views or whatever. So I don't know how television works. I would just leave it on in the background while I'm doing other stuff. Then on Sunday, there's only 2 games, but they're both being televised. It's going to be a doubleheader on ESPN2, and I might actually get to see them before I go to work and have to sell my soul again. The first one is Minnesota at New York, and this one's going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the defending champions, they're only half a game be out of first place, and they're going up against the team with the worst winning percentage in the entire league. Then you got Phoenix at Los Angeles at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the Mercury, they're on such a long winning streak, and right now the Shock, they managed to grab a few wins, they fought back into the playoffs, and if the playoffs started right now, this would be a round 1 matchup. Does anybody remember what happened last season in the playoffs? Well, that's it for this edition of WNBA Weekly. Tune in on Monday for another brand new episode. But until then, this has been The Fan Perspective. I'm your host, Nathan Lyle. Happy 4th of July. I hope you enjoy this entire weekend. I know I won't.